Okay, we're gonna get into this soon. This is Lego Speed Champion, Ferrari SF90XX Stradale. 339 pieces at 77254. This is definitely by far, definitely not a new set, but I just got it. It was I was just walking through Costco, and sometimes they have Legos for sale, and I saw this with some other stuff, and they had the what was the other one? Is it Maserati or Bugatti? Whichever one that that came out around the same time, and they have really nice new wheels and some pretty nice building techniques. And for $22, I think they're not on sale yet. Sometimes they might be, but I don't recall when the last time, if I've seen this on sale. These still should be about $28. So about 22. That's cool. That's fair. What the heck? And I also wanted to find out. There's a piece in here. I think it's either this one in here, or maybe it might be up here somewhere. That's kind of like, I can't see why in the shot. No, well, my the F40 that I was working on, I had to redo the bottom front lip spoiler and make it black. It was white. It's supposed to be black. At least I think it's supposed to be black. And Lego doesn't, at least when I went go looking for it, the guy told me, yeah, I don't think Lego makes this specific piece like this. Like, it has studs, it has no studs on this plate. And versus, the one that Lego has, they do have two studs. And it's like, well, I tried it. It basically fits underneath where I need it to. Let me see if I can angle it. I just don't want to be talking so abstract. So it's right on the bottom piece right down there in the front corner, and it's also on the other side. And it just mounts up this, but then the studs are on the bottom. The piece that the kit came with, it was white, but it didn't have any studs. It was smooth, which is good because it makes sure it's got the clearance. But now that the studs are on the bottom of the pieces that are replaced in black, luckily it just clears it barely. But most of the time this thing is going to be on display, and probably the case that it came with anyways. So moving it around is not a big deal, but I would like to fix it and just get it nice and smooth. So, just, if you don't need the studs on the bottom, that would be better. I could customize it and cut them off myself with a razor, like I have been with with some of my other mods recently, like the Honda S2000s. Like you can see here, I cut those all off, the studs, because they don't have the piece that I need from Lego. So I made the piece that I need. Yes, you got these stupid holes here, but anyways, like I mentioned, most of the time this door is going to be closed, disposed, somewhere anyways. But I wanted to make that part that was black, and I made the part inside here black, yellow, to match the body. Just think it looks cleaner. And then I also added these plates on the bottom, just to thicken it up a little bit, give it a little bit more substance, because otherwise it's just this thin plate that's like it just doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't see any body kit that would have that. At least it has to have some sort of thickness or sidewall or something on the side to be a side skirt. So that's the closest thing I came up with, and I think it looks pretty good. Anyways, so I want to find out what that part is, because I'm pretty sure when I saw one of the YouTube channels building this and they talked about the part and they said, oh, this is a new part, and that's why I couldn't find the piece at this brick store that's about 25 minutes out, Brick by Brick Toys over in San Leandro. But they got lots of cool stuff in there, but lots of parts. But yeah, the person said, yeah, I don't think Lego makes it, but I guess they just did it for this. And maybe some of the other recent, perhaps some of the other recent Speed Champions, if not, maybe some of the Lego sets might more recently might start utilizing this piece that's on here. But somehow these guys, I guess it would be gold bricks. They already have it, but that's wouldn't be surprising. They do stuff like I got these are a bunch of gold bricks. These kind of wedge or slopes, 1x2s in trans black. Surprisingly very hard to get from Lego. Like only 2 places had them, and I think they were just in somewhere in Europe. I was like, forget that. I'm not gonna just order just a couple of these and get them shipped from Europe. And you know how expensive that is? It's already expensive in the US just for a small order. That's a piece. So I found these actually on I believe on Amazon, and they took about 2 weeks. I think it came out from China, but it did come, and I got a bunch of them now. And I used that for my F40 to extend the headlights, but that's in the other video. Anyways, talk long enough. I'll get into it, and then I'll come back. You know, it'll be built, and you know, just share my thoughts on it. This I might document some stuff along the way. Interesting enough, this is I just opened the box, obviously. This is the first one I think except that I've seen all paper bags, which supposedly it should have happened a while ago, but for some reason it's hard for them to roll out. But no big deal. Just wanted to just show that for most of the time they still have plastic ones. Since I've been getting. But anyways, yeah. Okay, here's where I am so far, and building part of the headlights here. These are the parts I'm talking about that I was looking for for the F40. These go on the bottom to become like the front diffuser or splitter. There's studs on the bottom, so it connects like that, and it's smooth. But they have the only ones that at least previously Lego has 1 or 2, I think 2 studs down here, which don't need. So I'll try to look for this part number in the back of this book later. See if I can find these in black. Then it'll be good to replace that properly. And anyways, that's how it's going. Almost there. I'm like bag 4 and there's 5 bags, so pretty quick. And those pieces they do go up in this area. It's like I thought I had saw another video about this. Probably racing brick. And apparently they also go on the side right here too. Okay, set is done. And there we go. Looks pretty cool. I like the amount of detail that they put in here. I have to admit, some of this stuff got a little bit confusing. Some things got flipped around when I was doing it, but I figured it out and worked out. And overall, it's pretty cool. It's looking like a speed champion version of whatever car it's trying to do. Yeah, I like these new parts, which I hope I can find these in black and use it for F40. Look on that in a little bit, but wheels run nicely, really nice branded rims, wheels, and a nice low profile tires too. This is, I think, kind of new because in the past they've done wheels that, for instance, like this Lamborghini, you can see it side by side, and by no means they're close enough, but they're rarely ever in true scale to each other. You can see how much thicker those are. Although, you know, I think back in the day they didn't use super thin low profile tires as they do in modern cars these days. So this might actually make kind of some sense. But showing you this comparison, and yeah, it looks good. There is this gap here that some people noted, and it's just a technique to angle this down, and I'll just make a break here. But what you're going to do, there's nothing that I don't think you can specifically a piece or whatever that will specifically fit in here to fill it in perfectly. So, but from most angles, except for exactly on the side, you would never really see it or notice it that much. And I think overall it looks pretty good. Just a little bit. Not too many stats showing, just a couple down here. Of course, on here, there's not really anything you can do about this, although I still question why they even bother, because not too many cars I know of. If this is primarily a car windshield piece, has anything attached to it to the top, as far as I've ever seen. They should really look into making a piece that doesn't need those. I mean, come on, Lego. You can pretty much make anything you want if you wanted to. See, it's about money, because you're making plenty of it. For how much everything's gone up in price. Yeah, I do buy it as long as it seems worth it for now. Some things, but I try to get things on sale. Like I bought this again at Costco for about $22. I bought this at full price. These very hard to get anyway, so I didn't get them on sale. But they're pretty good price. I think they're $20 each, so if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 24 at most. But still cheaper than Speed Champions. They got a lot of specialized parts too. And in general, I think they kind of rendered the form a little bit more accurately. It depends. This is still up in the air. Not 100% very S2000, at least. Like the front kind of is, but then they added the wide body kit, so you got these extra fenders, which the car really doesn't have. Same goes with the Civic over there. And this does seem to feel a little bit angled or square. It should feel like a little bit more rounded. But overall, it's still, I know what it is, and it looks like what it does to me, and you know what it's supposed to be, and that's fine. Going back to this. It's a nice rear section. I don't know, this is really pretty cool how this came together. If you want to see how the build goes, I'd recommend checking Racing Bricks videos. He usually goes over not all of the build, but some of the more interesting design aspects of it. And you might see some stuff that's, I don't know, kind of interesting, just the way they did it. So it looks on the bottom. Yeah, nothing really comes off as too, I was going to say, I lost my chain of thought. And if you want to see this closer next to, say, the S2000, you can kind of compare it to the Honda Civic at the end. I don't want to pull it out right now, but this is definitely out of scale with all of them. It's not mini figure scale, but it's not so really supposed to be. Although you probably could fit one in it, but it would look and feel a little bit large. Because if you compare this, I mean, yeah, that GTI is definitely larger than Ferrari, and it shouldn't be. GTI Golf was kind of on the small side. And this probably compares closer to the Ferrari up top. And that's basically it. I don't really have much more to add. Plenty of people have probably done a review on this already by now, but I just wanted to just do one since I have the kit, and might as well do something with it besides just build it. Just add some content, another perspective, maybe a comparison to other cars, brick-built cars that you might be interested in, not necessarily relate to Legos, but still brick-built. And yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. Not bad for roughly 22 bucks. I think it's worth it. And not this, but these are the extra parts. Bag them up, put it with bagged instructions, and store that away. And I gotta find a place to start putting like all the Speed Champion-ish style. This is not Speed Champion, but you know, this general scale of brick-built cars. It'd be kind of cool just to have them all and display somewhere. I'm working on that, but until now they're in an old, there's a cabinet, a display cabinet I made a while back. It's like a man cave in my garage that I had a lot of stuff in that thing before I sold up all my toys and started rebuying them much later again. But yeah, there's I still have space there to just kind of store these until I figure out how I can nicely present them all together. Yeah, so I don't have much more to add. It's a good solid kit if you're in the market for something like this. I'm sure they're going to go on sale, if not now, pretty soon. Again, basically kind of on sale. If you just go look at Costco, hopefully you can, if you have some at your local Costco, and maybe pick one up, or maybe the other one. I'm pretty sure the other one's the Bugatti, the white one. And sometimes it depends on the Costco. They have different supply. They don't always carry exactly the same stuff. So maybe you'll see something else there that isn't like what I found at mine. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you later.